everyone, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here to bring you the message of the Divine Masculine for his beloved for the week of April 9 to the 15th. Okay, before that, I did put a new video up. I was explaining 3 dreams and how 3 dreams that I've had and how they relate to the event and to our ascension journey. So maybe I'd invite all of you to check that out. That has been also reflected in the Twin Flame Weekly video. Anyway, let's get on with the reading. At the bottom of the deck, which would be the general energy of the reading, we have here the Chariot. And this is forward movement and energy. It's a very dynamic energy, momentum, movement away from this Ten of Swords. Usually the cards at the bottom of the deck usually say about the state of the Divine Masculine. And the cards here would be his message. So here we have the Chariot card and the Ten of Swords, moving away from this feeling of anguish, pain, even desperation, and, you know, feeling that they've lost everything. It's like the end of the world. Because that is going to be transformed. Here's the Death card. And with that transformation comes the Ace of Cups. Because look, from once he moves away from this Ten of Swords energy, and this energy is transformed into the Ace of Cups, then he will be able to have a new beginning. If you watch a Twin Flame Weekly video, and I also mention it in my 3 dreams video, because there was a segment there about the Divine Masculine and how he's doing, then you would understand all of this. Okay, so Ace of Cups, because he's living his life sort of with a new foundation, and he's operating from the heart now, and that's when his rebirth will occur, his regeneration, and here. And that's when we have victory for the Divine Masculine, finally achieving that state of balance. Right now, a lot of the Divine Masculine still in ego, trying to separate that. And that's the transformation they're undergoing. Okay, I'm going to open all the cards here first. First, we have the 3 of Wands. Then we have the 10 of Discs. Then we have the 5 of Wands. Then we have the 10 of Cups. And the Lover's card. And then we have the Queen of Discs. And the Adjustment card. Okay, so let me rearrange this for a bit because that's how the message is coming through. We put these 2 down here. Okay, so that you can see everything also. Okay, message of the Divine Masculine for his beloved. Well, first of all, he's still looking forward to the future, and this is a future wherein both him and his beloved have actually gotten down to brass tacks, and there is a rapport there, a chemistry there that makes things work together in 3D. Because here, this is the manifestation thereof of all of what he hopes to achieve. Perhaps right now your Divine Masculine is still hoping this on a soul level, which means that it's still that knowledge, okay, still hasn't filtered down through his ego, because there's that ego blocking it. Whether the ego, its past hurts and things that still need to be healed, but on a soul level, he wants the reunion as much as you do. You can see here the 2 serpents and the infinity symbol right in the middle. And the 2 serpents are intertwined and facing each other. So this is not just, this is the energy arising out of the Kundalini being awakened for both. Okay, because the snakes are intertwined now, and this is what he hopes to have. Some of them will be expressed on a physical level. Some of the divine masculines may express this for now on a soul level, because they still have some work to do in trying to break down those blocks, that filter. Okay, but he's looking forward to the manifestation of your togetherness. And look here. Here we have the Five of Wands. And this card is called the Strife card. Okay, the Strife card. This is, I think his name is Zurov. Okay, this is the god. This is a Mesopotamian god, and you can see here that we have a mountain spewing out lava, and he stands on his globe, and he has a scythe there and several wands, and he is coiled. There is a serpent coiled around him, and this is the serpent usually represents rebirth, regeneration, change. And this god, this Mesopotamian god, was the god of growth, maturity, and decay. Okay, so what does decay have to do with all this, with growth? Well, that's the thing. When you grow, you have to discard those that are no longer necessary. It's like the butterfly in a cocoon, wherein the butterfly, as soon as it turns into a butterfly, it leaves the cocoon already, because it doesn't need it anymore. So there's a certain decay that is necessary. However, because this is a card of strife, this indicates that within the divine masculine, the pressure is building up for him to change. Okay? Because, like I said, even in the video last week, it's gotten to a point wherein he cannot ignore the promptings of spirit and his higher self anymore. Things cannot continue as they are, because he's being called to not only change, but to make the necessary changes in 3D. So what that means for your individual relationships, only you can tell. What he needs to change in 3D to accommodate the coming together, which is the coming together of the both of you, which is what his soul is longing for. And then that's when we get the Ten of Cups, okay? The satiety. And the Ten of Cups is the pinnacle of happiness, of contentment. Once this has been met, okay, once there is full manifestation of his desires, okay, and here, involved in this, in his contentment and his happiness, it's all related to the Lover's card, which is coming into union with his twin flame. Okay, so that's what he's saying now. But in the middle of that, you can see here, these are two good cards, okay, signifying that he is looking forward to it. And what is he looking forward to? We have the Ten of Cups and the Lover's card over here. The thing is, right now, why is my camera not straight? Okay, the thing is, right now, he's having really a very difficult time undergoing that transformation. And that's why it can no longer be ignored. So the divine masculine is going to make the necessary changes. And here below, these represent, we have the Queen of Discs. And the Queen of Discs would represent the divine feminine. Actually, these two cards, like I said, regardless of what deck I use, if the message is, if that's the message for the week, if that's the message for the particular client or whatever, regardless of whatever deck I use, it still appears, because that's what's meant, that's the message that's meant to come to you. Anyway, so these two cards appeared on the Divine Feminine side as well in the Twin Flame Weekly reading. And we have here the Queen of Discs. And the Queen of Discs is, again, a nurturer. She has here on her lap the building blocks of DNA. Especially in alchemy, the building blocks would be mercury, sulfur, salt. And they're all represented here. And she's nursing them in her lap because she is bent on creating. Here we have the ram, and the ram is a symbol of persistence and determination. We have here thorns, what do you call them? I was going in my head, it was Thor's hammer. Okay, we have here hammers. So that just emphasizes the determination of the Divine Feminine to nurture this. And she's sitting on a bed of roses, but behind her there's time passing by. You can see an hourglass here with the sands slowly passing by. And that has to do with the Temperance card. This would be the Temperance card in other decks. Here it's adjustment. Okay? And here, Divine Masculine telling his beloved to wait patiently, okay? Because this is being nurtured. They're beginning, we see this ace here, the ace that comes after the transformation of the Divine Masculine and his rebirth. Okay, the rebirth coming after the Ace of Cups. He's saying that adjustment is needed, okay, while she waits. Because you can see here this adjustment card, we can see this ballet dancer, and she is skating on this, what do you call that? Oh, the word escapes me. It's like a machete, okay? A machete, and on the handle, you can see the planet Saturn. So she has to wait patiently because right now he's in the process of learning his lesson. Saturn is often the disciplinarian. And while doing that, while skating that, she has to balance. Okay, on the one hand, on the scale, you can see the jar there with the heart, and both scales have an Ouroboros in them, which is a snake eating its tail. On the other scale, you have the feather, and this is divine messages, divine guidance. And you can see here that the skater is blindfolded. Okay, she has a blindfold on her, she's blindfolded. And here, as she's doing that, because she doesn't know, her back is turned to this hourglass. And so, in a sense, she doesn't know how much time it's going to take for the Divine Masculine to learn his lessons or to go through them. Okay, because it is a process. And what he's saying is that she needs to just keep looking forward. And if you see here, she's looking forward to the same vision that the Divine Masculine has. So he's telling her to just keep looking forward, okay, with that dogged determination that she has, okay, and to not really focus on this time that's passing, because in a way she has to trust that what she has learned so far, the skill that the Divine Feminine has, is going to take her through this whole skating routine, so to speak. Okay, you know, when you're so good at something that you can do it blindfolded, you can do it automatically already, it's by rote. Because you know how the motions go, and you know how to adjust. And getting to this state means that the Divine Feminine would be stabilized in 5D. Regardless what is thrown at her, she knows the drill. Okay? Which is to observe, feel, transmute, and carry on. Right? just go on ahead. So basically, that would be the message of the Divine Masculine this week. First of all, he's having challenges as well. And if the Divine Feminine could feel that in an act of mirroring, then she must do what she can, okay, in order to transmute those feelings, this pressure building up, these hardships. Because remember, growth, maturity, decay. And it has to decay, because from then, that's when new growth will start, like a phoenix rising from its ashes. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Okay, I have to mention that I know I announced the Akashic Record Reading Contest. I haven't picked winners. I said I would pick it sometime this week, so I'll just get the readings out. But until such time that I pick, you're free to send in your entries. And what I'm going to do is that I will email the chosen ones with the requirements of what I need for the reading, as well as your questions, okay? But thank you to everyone who has put in their entry. I appreciate all of you for sharing so much of your journey, okay? And for those who would like to partake of the blooming blessing, that's still up, and it's going to be up until the end of spring. Because right now, combined with the energies right now, it's a very good time to revive what is once lain dormant and stagnant. And this blessing is being dispensed by the Ascended Master Amaryllis, who is the overseer of spring. Okay, so if you have something in your life that you need to get going, then it would be a good blessing to get. And thank you to all those who've gotten it so far. Okay, so that's what I have for you this week. Take care, everyone. Bye.